Okay guys, we're going to talk about percent proportions today. So there are two ways to set up a percent proportion. You can set it up is over of equals percent over 100, or you can set it up part over whole equals percent over 100. And we've talked about whole a lot, and a lot of times we refer to that as total. And we remember that total always goes on the bottom of our proportion. Okay, and then we've learned that percents always go over 100. So you can see that in both of these proportions, whatever percent they give us will be over 100, and then again part over whole being the total. So we're going to go through 3 examples where we use these 2 setups to solve these proportions. So what is 35% of 80? So first thing I see is a percent, so I'm going to set up my proportion with percent over 100. And then once I set up percent over 100, I have to decide, is 80 my part or my whole? Is it my part or my total? So the word of tells me that it goes on the bottom. You can see right here, of. So we put that 80 on the bottom and X will be on top. And then from there, it's just cross multiply and divide. So we're going to cross multiply 80 times 35, and then we'll divide by 100. So 35 times 80 will be 2,800, and then 2,800 divided by 100. The trick to dividing by 100 is that if you have zeros on the end, for every 0 you can match, they mark out. So that one matches that one, and that one matches that one. And how many times does 1 go into 28? That would be 28 times. So my answer is 28. All right, example 2. A shop owner offered a 20% discount. You'll need to add that to your notes. I mistyped. So 20% discount off the regular price of a mirror. So we have a percent. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up a percent proportion with percent going over 100. And then we have to fill in the other half. So we keep reading, and it says the amount of the discount is $3. So is, we learned up here, goes on top. So $3 is here, and we are looking for that total this time because total is the bottom number. So we're going to cross multiply. 3 times 100 is 300. And then 300 divided by 20. And we have those matching zeros again, so 1 here, 1 here. So now I have 2 into 30, and I know 30 divided by 2 is 15. So the original price of that mirror is going to be $15. And then our last example. Yesterday, 170 guests at a hotel called for room service, and 225 guests did not. So not's a huge word. So what we're going to do is, it says what percentage of the guests called for room service. So if they're asking for a percent, that is going to be our missing number. So it's going to be percent over 100, and we should have information for over here. So it says 170 called for room service and 225 did not, but they don't give us our total. So what do we have to do? We have to add these 2 together. So our total will be the room service and the not room service. So 225 plus 170, which is going to be a total of 395. So, and we know total goes on the bottom. And then on top, they ask for room service. So room service was 170. So from that point, we're just going to cross multiply and divide. So 170 times 100 is going to be 17,000. And then 17,000 divided by 395. So I take off my boots and hat, and I start dividing. So it won't go into 1 or 17 or 170, but it'll go into 1,700. And so about 4 times So it's 20. It's about $1,580. So that leaves us with $120, and we bring down a 0, and $395 into 1,200 goes about 3 times. So 3 times 395 will be $1,185. So then we'll have 15 left over. If we drop a 0, it's not going to go in. So because it's looking up for a percentage, we're going to stop at about 43%. So about 43% of the hotel guests called for room service yesterday. All right.